Hello, fellas. How goes it?
It's going pretty well, as you can see.
I know, right?
It's a good
You are
it's a good day for the region for all of us that grew up in that market.
Do you know? And I'm about to give away my age. All my life, I had to fight in order to wait for the New York Knicks to actually win a championship. Because
No,
they
literally
ain't
for
won.
all of us.
They ain't won in my whole lifetime being alive. 99, I thought we could do it.
That was the last time they had Ewing, but then Jordan happened, and then
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
no, the last time that we were close was when in '99 when there was Latrell Sprewell and all of them.
oh, true, and then
Yeah, when we had
They
Sprewell.
went to the finals and lost.
yeah,
We came close last year, if I remember correctly. And then,
no, they didn't.
Got
They
into
didn't make it to
the semifinals last
yeah,
year.
they didn't make it to the
Semifinals,
conference champion. They didn't make it to the conference champion last year. Could have,
Yeah.
but
But I mean,
We
a
pushed them.
playoff run is a playoff run. You know what I'm saying? So the Knicks making consecutive playoff runs is amazing, and them coming out to win a chip. What is it? The second year after they got their playoff run.
yeah,
So this is what their second playoff run consecutively. So like them
I think
winning.
it's the second year of for Coach Brown being with the Knicks, and he got him chip.
Yeah,
Right,
second
right.
year is crazy. Not only that, but like because of where we're from, the central New Jersey area, the fact that the person who got MVP is from the same area as us also makes me very happy about that too.
Absolutely.
Shouts to Jalen Brunson. So
Me and him were born in the same hospital.
I did not know that.
Yep.
That's dope.
What hospital were you born in?
The New Brunswick one.
Robert Wood.
Robert Wood Johnson.
Yeah, Robert Wood Johnson.
Yeah. It's fire. That's actually fire. I'm sure he was probably born after you though.
Oh yeah, good. I got some years on him. Excuse me.
We should title this show "Old Mofo's Talk About Games."
Damn. Man,
Hey,
not old.
I've seen podcast people older than us, older than all three of us, still talk about games. So we're not the oldest ones out in the game.
That is true.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
And we black, so we aged significantly well.
I know, right?
That not cracking does come in handy, and it's like, what do you
I know.
about?
I know, right?
Listen, I like motherfuckers to try to guess how old we are and still get it wrong. It's like, yes.
My favorite part is by going to a new spot I've never been to. Like, can I see your ID? And it's like, okay, and then I get the little double take.
Like
What?
Yeah,
wanna
me
see
and
my
you
ID?
got like
Yes, sir. You can have my ID here, please, and thank you. We have to
What's the
ID
place-
everybody who looks under 30. Okay.
bro, where was the place you and me got carded at? And they were just like, you guys are how old? It was recent too. A place that you and me got food at.
I think the place we got those cheesesteaks from.
Why would you get carded
Yeah.
for cheesesteaks?
It was
No.
It was we sat at the bar and got cheesesteaks and drinks.
Okay. All right. So, anyway, I know we've had quite a bit of small talk, but just to get into everybody, get everybody into the vibe, you know what I mean? Because we're all celebrating. Hopefully, the rest of you are celebrating as well. I've had to be a quiet Knicks fan for a very long time, and like I said, now I'm happy. I finally get to see my basketball team that has been a steady and consistent piece of my life actually win a championship. Like I've liked other players, I've cheered for other teams, but like this is the home team. I have to have at least one home team in my life. So unfortunately, it was basketball that I chose. Anywho, welcome back to
Hold
Start
on.
Button.
Before we go on, you're not a Devils fan?
No,
I don't think you watched hockey.
Oh,
Rangers.
okay. Why?
Why the Devils?
Because they're a home team.
Legacy, bitch.
Anyway, starting the show now since he wants to piss me off.
Wait, no, I don't get the legacy comment. What do you mean? You act like the Devils haven't won a good amount.
It's not even
in
that.
our
I
lifetime.
just never actually liked the Devils.
Why?
I've always liked the Rangers. It was ever since I was a kid. Rangers, Yankees, Cowboys, Knicks.
I'll give you the Knicks.
You just like blue.
That is actually true.
Yeah.
That is actually
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of
your name all except for like Cowboys was like the gray.
Cowboys,
like,
blue and silver, bro.
like blue, silver, yeah.
Navy
you
blue,
just like,
yeah,
you just like
yeah.
blue. You just like blue.
Honestly, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
He put it together really quickly.
You were naming the teams. I'm like,
They all have
yeah,
blue.
wait a minute. Like,
There's a recurring theme here.
Yeah. So yeah. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Start Button. This is the show where we press pause on life and play through the big stories in gaming. I'm your host, King Anarchy, and here with me we have Raijin and we have Hustle. We do not have Token coming today, so if Token pops up, just let him know that I said he's not coming. He's not allowed here. Tell him to get out of here. Anyway,
he must have heard me talking trash because magically he's not playing Teamfight Tactics no more.
Oh.
I was like, you play Teamfight Tactics, you can't be here for the episode though? Okay.
Right?
Trash all
Even
around.
Leona showed up. She's a cat.
You know what? I'm gonna say, if anything, we actually hold you guys in high regard because we make sure that we're here for you as much as we possibly can be. So if anybody acts like they don't like you guys, it's Token. That guy.
That is facts.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding. He just doesn't pay attention to anything. It's fine. I just needed a butt for my jokes, and since he's not here, I'm unfortunately gonna have to hold that. But don't worry, I'll give him extra next time he comes back. Anywho, if you're anything like us, you spend a good portion of your life saving the world, or at least trying to figure out which boxy pixelated ledge to jump onto next. So today we got a lineup that celebrates the legacy of gaming while peering into its crystal ball. First, for Kingdom Hearts fans, this one's for you. We're diving into what's next for the beloved Oh So Complicated series. We're getting into the excitement and the displeasures that we've had with the previous Kingdom Hearts games and how convoluted that story might be. Then we're going to unpack the highs and haws of Summer Game Fest and the Xbox conference, as well as the Nintendo conference. We've already covered Summer Games Fest itself. So what we did not get to talk about was Microsoft and Nintendo's conferences as they happened the day of and the day after we actually went live last. And finally, since we all know Xbox is kind of at a crossroads, even though their showcase was amazing, their company is still at a crossroads. So could a big shakeup be the boost that it needs? If we can get to that, then we'll definitely talk about that. So be sure to stick around because this conversation is about to be next level. I also want to throw in a little tidbit of a news fact, or not even a news fact, but a fun fact. So this week actually marks the 20th anniversary of the North American launch of the Nintendo DS. Imagine 20 years ago, dual screens felt like the future on a handheld. Now we don't even use dual screens. We just want, Steam Decks and stuff like that.
Steam Decks and Switches and all that jazz.
Hey, yo, I might have to go get my Switch. I'm kidding. I don't have to switch. Those are illegal. All right. So I have a question of the day for you guys. This one's going to be a little bit of a banger. It's not what you think it is, though. Gonna warm you up a little bit.
Oh, Lord.
We all know that there are some beloved games in gaming in history, right?
Yeah.
We all know that we are in a quote-unquote season of remakes. Okay, so we've been getting like Final Fantasy remake, you're getting a Persona 4 remake, things of that nature. Now, with all of these remakes coming about and all of these news of new games dropping, is there a game? What game? Not is there a game? What game that is a beloved game, that as a legacy game, that would you not like to see remade?
Not.
Like the guy's so damn good the first time, don't touch it again.
Either that, or you just hated the game so much, even though everybody loves it and is riding on his coattails. because some people just love certain games. Yeah, I curveballed y'all today. I like when y'all sitting here with this thinking face, because
they already
figured that hustle's face would have been like Ocarina of Time.
Honestly,
but you're too
I'm
late.
gonna be real. I don't feel like a lot of Nintendo games need a remake. Like, do we really need an Ocarina of Time remake?
Yes,
especially because we already got one. This is the second remake, the 3DS remake. That was a remake of Ocarina of Time.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
but
they remade it for the 3DS, and
that's why we're getting one now.
Hey, that one plays better. They fixed a lot of shit in the original 64 version.
No, what I'm saying is that's why we're getting one now, is because the 3DS is essentially not existent anymore. When the last time you ever seen somebody with a 3DS? Or heard of somebody wanting or having?
I still have mine somewhere.
But the only time I see a 3DS is if I'm at MagFest, when people are chilling, waiting for panels and stuff like that.
Chilling what?
At MagFest, usually people are chilling in outside panel rooms waiting with their Steam Deck, their Ally, 3DS, whatever they got, just to kill time till like a panel starts or tournament starts or a concert starts or something like that. But that once a year, but that's a crowd of like 30,000 random gamers. You're gonna see everything under the sun going there.
Makes sense. But that's what I'm saying. Like, even amongst that crowd, like the 3DS is niche. And for the 3DS to have been as successful as it was and have the gaming lineup that it does, I think that it probably should get more love. But
well, wasn't it the most successful handheld though?
That's what I'm saying. It should get more love. It should still have, like you would imagine that you would still see more people walking around, right?
Yeah,
kind of. But when's the last time you touched yours?
Handheld, yeah, I think it was most successful. But obviously, the Switch is another contender. But that's still like console and the handheld thing.
True. I mean, the
OG DS is the best-selling handheld of all time. 154 million units.
Right.
And the 3DS was only. I thought the 3DS worth. The 3DS was about 76 million lifetime. So. But then they had all those other ones. They had the DSi, and then the new 3DS, and then the 3DS XL, and all those different models and stuff like that. But I think all those fall under the parent.
I can't tell which had more iterations of it, the 3DS or the Game Boy Advance, because Game Boy Advance had so many different versions.
Really had three. The Advance is SP and the Micro.
Yeah, true. I thought
whereas the 3DS, you had the 3DS, you had the new 3DS, then you had then you had 3DS XL, then you had the new 3DS.
What's up, Chappie?
3DS XL. It was like you had 4 different SKUs for affecting one thing, but then in the new 3DS they added the extra horsepower because you couldn't play Xenoblade Chronicles 3D on the original 3DS. You had to have the new 3DS.
Wait, did you also mention the 2DS?
There was a
2DS too. That's right, 2DS too.
3DS. Right. Let's be real. If you turn the 3DS on if you turn the 3D on in your 3DS, you were a monster.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I tried it
we've all tried it once or twice, but 99 times out of 100, you were playing with the 3DS turned all the way off.
I think somebody made a little plastic thing that would go in, that would clip in, just to make sure you never flipped turned up the 3D slider at all. And I had that on mine because I was like, nope, I don't need it.
Bro, in celebrating the 20-year anniversary, I might actually charge this thing up and turn it on.
My 3DS is in a box down.
Mine is in storage.
I don't even know where what game do I have in here?
Monster Hunter.
Fuck you.
Yes. What else was it going to be? Is that Generations? What is it?
Yes. It is Monster Hunter Generations. That's crazy. What else
was it going to be?
It could have been Pokemon. It could have been any version of Pokemon ever that came out on the 3D. I played Pokemons. I played most of them.
I mean, my last Pokemon game was on the 3DS.
I mean, nah, my last Pokemon game was Scarlet Violet.
Mine was Sword and Shield.
I told you I am what when did X and Y come out? I was 2012.
There was actually a Pokemon VGC tournament on yesterday that I was watching while I was playing my card game tournament.
2013. Damn.
So yeah, my last Pokemon game was Scarlet Violet, and maybe we'll get the charge in the 3DS today. But anyway,
Yeah,
happy 20th anniversary, or 20th birthday to the Nintendo 3DS. We're not going to talk about the Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, all of that stuff, because that is a whole different realm. So back to the question of the day. A game that does not need a remake, that they should leave alone. Do not make it again. We have seen over the course of these premieres, we have seen a Persona 4 remake. We have seen Ocarina of Time remake, Halo Combat Evolved remake.
Which is the second Halo Combat Evolved remake.
Correct.
You already had one.
You know what game I would have said is,
and it's only campaign.
You know what game I would have said before trying to play it again and seeing how much of a chore it is to actually play like well now without modding it? The original Knights of the Old Republic.
The original what?
The original Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars, BioWare.
Okay.
Because I love that first game, but I have it on Steam, but you have to mod it to support modern day resolutions, B, fix bugs that are still.
So you need it remade, or you don't want it remade?
No, I originally I would have thought don't remake it, but trying to play it now, vanilla, without doing anything to it is a chore. You need to do all these mods to make it like playable, or at least make it look a decent experience to do. But then when they announced it, I was just like, yeah, this game could actually use a remake. Now that I think about it.
The ones that I would have said don't remake, they already remade. Like, I would have said don't remake Dead Space, but they already did that. I would have said don't remake Resident Evil 4, but they already did that too. I think those two games.
There's a lot of
remaking Code Veronica.
The funny thing is, when you think about remakes, you get a lot. It's games that don't really need remakes, because original Resident Evil 4 still plays fine.
Oh yeah.
Original Dead Space still plays fine. Original Ocarina of Time still plays fine.
Chappie said, honestly, that's a hard question. I think there is a wisdom in remaking classic, as they do bring in an entirely new generation to the fandom. So I agree with that, but here's the caveat there. So not always does a remake in modern day controls actually always appeal the same way. And bringing in new fans can be a little bit tough. Like, for instance, if they remade the original Mario from Nintendo, like the NES, like just original Mario 2, Mario 3, and they did it in a way where they do like current Mario games where it's 3D, whatever, and it's not necessarily the same kind of platformer, I think that would actually take away from the effect of the original game.
Yeah.
Doing it in a 3D style just removes like some of that special feeling. Like, that's why they have the Super Mario Maker, because that inspired off the original games.
And a new Super Mario Brothers.
I think what would be cool if Nintendo ever did it would be doing what Square Enix did with Dragon Quest XI when they added the special edition version, because they basically remade the game, which was made in 3D, but remade it to look like 16-bit Dragon Quest, and you could swap between them on the fly.
That'd be cool.
I feel like that would be a cool thing to do. It's like imagine if they like did like, oh, here's Super Mario World like Redux, still the original 60-bit game, but we remade every level in 3 too.
I'll be right with that.
But you can still play the original version part of that package.
I actually got a game that I don't want remade, that they haven't remade yet, at least. Devil May Cry 3. I don't think that game needs a remake at all. I think it's perfect as it is. One could say, okay. One could say
Metal Gear Solid 2.
That's enough. Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have memory cards anymore.
most Metal Gear Solid games, I would say no Metal Gear Solid game needs a remake. Like an updated port, like maybe HD
A new
graphics.
port's
maybe,
fine, but like you see
but,
how
like,
they did Delta.
not a ground up remake. Like where they
Yeah,
change
like
everything.
Delta didn't need. Yeah, 3 did not need Delta. Like you already have like the best version of that, which is Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. Like you already have that. Just remaster and port
Well,
that
they,
over.
they did Delta, which is a
They
remake.
didn't need to do that
I mean,
because
they
it
did.
didn't add. Apparently, it didn't add anything new to it.
Also, games I don't think whole series of games.
Happy said not to touch the original 3 Pokemon with the OG 151. The only thing that I'm gonna say is that they actually already did with Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. That is
Right.
the original Pokemon game, except your original partner is Eevee or Pikachu instead of a Charmander, Squirtle, or Blastoise, or Charmander, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur.
Other games, I don't think any of the Jack and Daxter games need remakes. I feel like
Yes,
those are-
yes. Pushflower Samurai
there
said
are
they
probably
remade.
changes that can be made to 2, but I don't think it needs a remake. I don't.
Yeah.
Think it needs a remake.
Yeah, that just be me. This is me being selfish because I love Jack and Daxter.
Yeah. Cushflower Samurai said they remade Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. He said, I'm unsure if it was needed.
How did they remake it? I don't.
The new Final Fantasy game that they announced, Revolution or whatever. That's Final Fantasy Brave Exvius' storyline with their characters, Fina and
I
all
did not
them.
know that.
And so that's Brave Exvius without the gotcha.
Huh.
Okay.
I didn't even watch that full thing. I just kind of was like, I don't know what this is.
Well, I never
Bro,
knew the.
Do you
unique
understand my
characters in-
crew is lit right now over that game? Like, do you know the amount of hours? Like, all right, I've told stories about, gotcha pulling in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius and how much money we spent on one gotcha. You know what I'm saying? I told stories about it. I've told stories about our whole crew did the same thing because we wanted Sora and Riku from Kingdom Hearts, and they did a special promo, so we balled out till we fall out. You know what I'm saying? But I have to personally say that I put in
of the first season of Brave Exvius. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did not know that connection.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I have to personally say I put in a few hundred hours in that game. And still never finished the story because the story kind of went on and on and on, and then like once you finish one, they would introduce like chapter 2, and it would bring a whole lot more story. But it's a great game. Like it's actually it's actually a really good world, and they have like their own unique characters, etc., like you would expect out of any Final Fantasy game. I will say that one game that I think I have a short list of games that I do think could use remakes, but I'm unsure if they need them. Final Fantasy VIII being one of them. I think Final Fantasy VIII could use a port.
Besides the HD one they did. I mean,
like an actual new port. Like I didn't get to play the HD. Like I think that, and when I say not an HD port, but like not a port. Like I want a remaster. That's what I want. Like not just make it HD. No, like I want to see Final Fantasy VIII in today's. So maybe like a remake.
that would be a remake.
I guess it is a remake. Final Fantasy VI also.
Final Fantasy VI as a full 3D reimagining would be crazy.
I need that. I need the Kefka version. I need that. Nah, I need Kefka to be the main character.
There were rumors about 6, but
Just give me that.
I think 9's more likely to happen before 6 because more people have been clamoring for 9.
Give me 6. Give me 6.
I mean, I would like them to do a full Final Fantasy remake of 8 and actually
that's what I'm saying. Like 8.
fix the story.
8 is what like. Give me Final Fantasy 8 with the new Final Fantasy 7 style, and we're lit. Give me Final Fantasy 6 with the Final Fantasy 15 style, and we're lit. Oh my goodness.
That'll go so hard.
I'm on fire right now. I am on fire. Because, I mean, they already gave us Stranger of Paradise. So that's not even a remake of Final Fantasy 1. That is actually a telling of a different side of the story. because essentially, you know, you're playing as Jack Garland.
Yeah, but apparently the DLC also retells one in like, is it 3? No, not 3. It's like 1 and I think 2.
I beat the game,
It's-
but I didn't play the
There's some-
DLC.
Did you play the DLCs though?
It's a cool experience. If you got an opportunity, as long as it doesn't crash your PC from all of the hair effects that they put in there, then I encourage you to go play Stranger in Paradise. I'm not even kidding. That was actually
Yeah, they pulled a Final Fantasy. What was it? Original 14, where the hair was crashing folks in vases.
because they pretty much detailed every strand of hair and every blade of grass.
I
They
can
wanted
remember
to
that,
like
but,
make it
So
visual.
unnecessary.
It was using up a lot of resources. It was causing PCs to crash. I
Listen.
played it on the console, so I was cool, but there were people who had issues. But
one thing you cannot say is that Square Enix makes an ugly game. You cannot say that. You cannot. Like, think about that. You really
Well,
can't say that Square Enix has ever made an ugly looking game. They all look fantastic.
They
Well,
look
wasn't
good.
Stranger Paradise developed by someone else?
I think it was Koei Tecmo.
Yeah, it was Team Ninja.
But yeah,
because it was a Souls type game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a pseudo Souls-like game with like a party control, like a third, like almost like a Tales, not Tales, kind of like Tales, but like Souls-like elements. Because you had
It's
the
got
party.
Souls like elements, but it's way more faster paced.
Yep, that's why I beat it.
Way more forgiving than Souls games, which is good. I think that works well.
So, do you have a
Some
top
of the
3
boss
list
fights
of
were
games
annoying as shit.
that you do think need a remake?
Games I do think need a remake. Yes.
Since we can't really get a list of
Just-
games that don't deserve one or don't need one, or should
Just
be
off
left
the
alone.
dome. Actually, a lot of my things are like PS3 era. The 2 that came in my head: Infamous 1,
Yes.
Killzone 2, and
I don't think that we need a remake more than we need like a resurgence or like a bring it up to where we are right now, so we can play it again. without
that's
having
what,
to
like,
go-
yeah,
without
that's kind of
the-
what I
yeah.
mean, like just updated version, because like
Yeah.
it's on the PlayStation Plus Premium library, but I think it's only for streaming. I don't think you can actually download it too, so it's choppy to play. So you need to have a PS3 to play it. It's annoying as hell. But
Ironically enough, I'm gonna say Devil May Cry 1 and 2.
I would say
I'd
just
like-
2.
Just mainly just 2, but I feel like 1 could do with the remake because
If you remake
kinda
2, I
clunky.
feel like you need to remake 1, so that the story.
I know.
goes-
Ironically enough, they would make 3 as well, but like at least the first 2, I think need a remake.
Which one introduced Nero?
4.
4.
I mean, you could say 4 too, I guess. 'Cause
I would
4
say 4 is fine because they did the updated special edition where they fixed a lot of the bugs and everything like that. It's just,
Yeah. Narratively, that thing needs work. 4, like, here's the thing. All right, not even just narratively 4 needs work. The whole backtracking as Dante thing, I hated that. Oh,
I did
my
too,
God. That was
because
the low point for me in that game.
I probably have said this before. So starting the game, right? And mind you, Devil May Cry 1 and 2, like you start the game as a full powered Dante. Then they throw you into a no powered Nero. Let you go through the whole game as a no powered Nero. Swap you back over because let you go through the game as a no powered
gives you-
Nero.
it
Yourself
gives you
leveled up to
whiplash.
full powered Nero. Swap you into a no powered Dante. You can't give me peak and then put me back in the trash halfway
Yeah.
through the game.
yeah, that game gives you whiplash in terms of power fans.
I turned it off. Never touch it again.
And
Ooh,
they
actually,
say-
another game, obscure game. Also PS3, Folklore needs a remake, remaster.
yeah.
That's one of my favorite PS3 games, and does not get its flowers.
I mean, I'd love for Nightmare Creatures to get a remake.
Also, actually another game by the same developers of Folklore. The first Genji, Dawn of the Blade, that was on PS2.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that game. That was a good game.
Because then they ruined the sequel when the PS3 launched. So that's why.
Oh, you know what? Heavenly Blade.
Heavenly Sword.
Heavenly Sword.
Heavenly Sword, yeah.
I'd like to say
I don't know that Heavenly Sword remake would go over that well because a lot of people by the time Heavenly Sword came out were sick and tired of quick time events. Because like if that's the case, you know, Capcom has one that could definitely be redone, but I mean less egregiously, and that would be Ashura's Wrath.
I'm about to say that.
Yeah, that just needs like a proper
Yes.
port.
Final
Like,
Fantasy remake
port
is
the
worth
Steam.
playing.
Port the
All
Steam,
three
port
of
it-
them. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I would say no. Asura's Wrath just needs to be made available on platforms via like
The
eShop,
whole
Steam,
game needs to
whatever.
be made available currently.
Yeah, like if you
Together.
have if you have a PS5 and you have PlayStation Plus Premium, you can play it via that. Or I think you can play it on Xbox One consoles. You download it via the Xbox Store.
With all of
But
the
it's
with
not
all
on
of the
PC.
with all
With
of
the
the DLC.
Yeah, where you fight like Evil Ryu and everything like that. Like, yeah, like all that's available, but very specifically through different methods on both of it. But it's not on the Switch or the Switch 2, it's not on Steam, it's not on anything like that. I don't know why Capcom hasn't ported it for more people to play it. 'Cause I feel like if more people played it, they'd be like, nah, this needs a sequel. This game was crazy. Like,
The game was short though. It
Yeah,
was fast paced, it was short, but it was good. And it gave you it was like the ultimate power fantasy. Like what other game lets you feel like you're literally destroying the world?
not many. There's not many that really deliver that whole like
That feeling.
godlike power fantasy, except for like Dynasty Warriors
Dynasty
and
Warriors doesn't really feel like
Black
a power
Desert.
You know,
Really
like
not
it doesn't feel like a power fantasy to me because Dynasty Warriors is based off of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms lore, and those were actually real people.
Yeah, but Lu Bu wasn't killing people with like he wasn't kill. No, hold on. He wasn't killing 100 people with one strike.
No, but
Like,
but that's his legend.
yeah.
Like that's the real Lu Bu legend. Like
Yeah.
if you were to be like over there in China and you hear lore about Lu Bu, yes, he was.
I mean, they made Guan Yu a god, and he was a real person. He's literally considered a god in Chinese mythology now.
Yeah, so like it's an interesting like Dynasty Warriors is like kind of an interesting realm, but like it's a power fantasy, sure, but it's not like that level of power. Like I have never seen like even with God of War, like Kratos, and you fight like Atlas, and you fight Zeus, and you fight this and that. Like you never felt like you were literally about to blow up the world because somebody was bringing down a power pole across it.
That's true.
Like,
I mean, you get a slight taste of that when you have the fucking Blade of Olympus, but then they take that from you. So
yeah, but like just that whole effect for me in Ashura's Wrath, I don't want to say power fantasy, but like that power fantasy effect, the set pieces were amazing. Like the game, I don't know why the game wasn't more successful. Oh wait, I know why it wasn't more successful than it was, because it was greedy. They did not finish the game. Then they put out DLC, and the DLC was basically completing the game. So you literally had to buy the game for $60 or $50, however much it was then. And then you had to buy the DLC to get more of the story. It was crazy. That was what I'm saying.
You mean it was Final Fantasy? It was Final Fantasy 15 before Final Fantasy 15.
15 was complete.
No, it was not.
15 was complete.
Nah.
15 was complete.
No,
I beat
it was
15.
not at launch. No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
They had
Yes,
to give
it
you.
was.
We had to buy DLC chapters so you saw what happened to characters.
Yes.
Yeah, characters
You
literally
see,
went off screen.
you get DLCs for episode Arden, episode Prompto. You know, like you get DLCs for the
You
characters.
don't
but,
think
like,
it's dis?
you don't get the ending from the DLC.
You don't think it's disjarring as hell playing through that game after fighting Leviathan, and then the game skips months later. Ignis is blind. Gladiolo is half dead, and then you're just in the capital, and then you're fighting through Arden's army. That is disjarring as hell in the story narrative of that game.
It can be.
Correct me
But
if I'm
what I'm
wrong.
saying-
No, objectively, it is. The game.
What I'm
just
saying
jumps you
is
forward. It's
that
not a
the
complete
game was
game.
done. Like you got an
No.
ending.
No,
Oh,
okay.
Ashura's Wrath did not give you an ending.
You can say objectively the game came out and there were credits that rolled, but it was not a complete game.
You don't get the real episode Arden. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Yeah, you don't
You
know
still
anything
get an
about.
ending even before episode Arden existed.
Oh my god, what?
I think we have a different definition of complete.
Maybe.
That game is not complete, bro.
Bro.
And they canceled more DLC for it to further flesh out the
They
story.
gave us like
What are you
4
You
DLCs.
had to buy them.
I mean, yes, but I bought
That's
them.
why. That's why I was like, that's why I'm
I
happy
bought
that
the
Royal
I bought the
Edition came
bundle.
out.
I bought
Well,
the
I'm happy
whatever
the Royal
DLC
Edition
pack
came
was.
out and they made it for free on the PlayStation Plus
Yeah.
PS5 collection. I was like, all right. Now I'll replay through this because I can see everything that there was supposed to happen in the story.
And even then, there was supposed to be more of the story that they legitimately had to cancel the DLC.
Well, you got to remember, Final Fantasy.
not
Who
finished.
made Final Fantasy 15? Who was the director?
Wasn't it Tetsuo Nomura?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I know.
Are we gonna
Oh,
further my beef?
no. Hajime Tabata.
Oh, never mind. Nomura had nothing to do with that.
Nomura was an artist on it, but he didn't. It doesn't say he was a producer. Yeah, Hajime Tabata was the director. Producer was Shinji Hashimoto.
Oh, well, that's that, man. That's that.
Actually, Tetsuya Nomura worked extensively on Final Fantasy 15. He was the game's original director and character designer
When it was
first
Versus
announced
13.
as Versus
Yeah,
13. in
versus
2006.
13. That's not.
So,
when it
Versus
was taking
13
too long to
and,
come out,
15 are not, but they are.
There
well,
was
we
taking too
know
long to come
anything
out.
that
He
Tetsuya
lost
Nomura's name goes on takes extra long to come out. That's why Versus 13 was said to never exist, and they had to rechange the name from Versus 13 to Final Fantasy 15.
They just rechange the name. The whole narrative is different.
Yes.
This whole character, Stella. So Stella and Luna Freya are two completely different characters.
Yes.
Stella,
But Noctis was still the
They
main
got rid of
character.
her.
And his abilities were still the same. Because I remember we we had a conversation about needing a gameplay trailer, right? And
Yeah.
the game not coming if we don't get a gameplay trailer. And Versus 13 is the prime example of why we don't necessarily need a gameplay trailer. We had a gameplay trailer of Versus 13. That game never existed. That game did not come out. That game got reworked. It got redone. It got rebranded. Everything. But that game that we saw in that Versus 13 trailer did not come out. And we got gameplay trailer and everything. We were like, oh, this game is coming. We're about to play this. It did not. Did not exist.
That's development hell we're talking about. That's not the same.
No, that's
as
Tetsuya
GTA 6.
Nomura.
But again, I don't know what's
Because
the full
Kingdom Hearts
specifics.
3 went through the same kind of story.
What?
Kingdom Hearts 3 went through the same kind of story. Look how long it took for that game to come. That game was never coming out. Then they announced Kingdom Hearts 4 right after 3 came out. And instantly, because it took 20 years for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out, we're already going into the next topic. But yeah.
I mean, there's an argument that I'm gonna make for Kingdom Hearts once we get into the topic, but for against, I should say.
Oh, against. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm about to say. You're fighting.
And I love the
Kingdom Hearts.
series. I love it. But yeah.
Okay. Do we have a long dormant franchise that deserves to come back? We're not going to dwell too much on this. We're going to move into Kingdom Hearts in like a second, but like we do have some franchises. You know what? You know what game?
I've said it for years. I want another Killzone. care.
Another what?
I want another Killzone. I've wanted another Killzone for a while. Like,
There are a couple of franchises that I think need to come back, and the first one is SOCOM.
Yeah. I don't know why we haven't had that.
Also in the same realm of shooters, I would take another Resistance along with new Killzone. Like
Yeah.
I don't want the shooter world to only be Call of Duty Battlefield. Like I need some more stuff.
And then Battle Royales and Extract.
Like I would take a new Medal of Honor. Like I like Medal of Honor up until the 2013 one, that terrible 2012.
I loved Medal of Honor before I started playing Call of Duty.
I'm gonna be real. I think
But
Medal
the
of Honor
problem with
was.
Medal of Honor was they never got modern, and people got worn out by World War II and World War I stuff.
That's what I mean. They decided for some reason to just keep it in that time.
Then when they got modern, it wasn't good.
Yeah. I don't. They dropped the ball when they made it go modern, but I feel like it's still possible to make a good modern Medal of Honor.
I think Medal of Honor. I'm gonna be real with you. If we talking like World War II, I think Medal of Honor was better than Call of Duty.
I agree.
It was. They did that bet.
I used to play all the Medal of Honors.
But, Allied Assault was dope.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I used to play all the Medal of Honors. I'm making the face because I think Medal of Honor was EA.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was EA.
And Battlefield is also EA, but like I just don't know that they put the same amount of effort in the Medal of Honor anymore.
Well, Medal of Honor was supposed to be the single player experience.
Correct.
Battlefield was supposed to be the multiplayer experience.
But Battlefield also had single player campaigns in the older games too.
That's where it got muddied because I think so. When there's a point in time where there's a full transition from Battlefield being strictly multiplayer to being single player and multiplayer.
Bad Company.
That's somewhere also around the time that like Medal of Honor gets phased out. And I think at that point it was just like, well, let's just shelve Medal of Honor and just make Battlefield Medal of Honor now.
Well, we're coming into like another generation of where people want to buy single player games.
Yeah.
So like, yes, multiplayer is always going to be around, but we're coming into that single player realm once more. So I do think that single player Medal of Honor would be great.
Series I want to come back, Burnout.
I mean, we're getting Stuntman.
I mean, Criterion still makes games, just nothing under Burnout.
They do.
Yeah, it's not making
they just make Need for Speed.
Need for Speed. Yeah, they make Need for Speed games now. And
so
dumb
it's
crash.
possible for us to see another Burnout.
Yeah, but they what's the last game they developed?
So I have a game franchise
Paradise
that
is
I
last
think
one.
needs to come back, but I hated the game when it was originally out. It was boring, and I think that they had something that they could do something way better with if they just use a little bit more imagination.
But
White Knight Chronicles.
yeah, I mean it's basically Escaflowne.
That game
Was boring.
came out in also that game came out in the wrong generation. The PS3 could not handle what they were trying to do.
Yeah, like I think if you get a White Knight Chronicles now, with like especially with like some of the inspirations that they can have, it's crazy. I think that you could do a ton. Like you could even make it
I
like
thought you were gonna say
Titanfall
PS2
style.
era.
No, just no era. Just speaking specifically, that's one game that I would actually like to see done well, and because I was disappointed in the game. So sure, it could probably go on a list of games that never needs a remake, but I'd like to see it redone.
Yeah.
And give it some gusto. All right, let's speed through this real quick. I'm not going to touch on Kingdom Hearts for too long because I know that we can get lost and tear it apart. But I will go into a little bit of detail about it. I will tell why we're even bringing it up in the first place. So it's been 21 years since the original Kingdom Hearts launched on the PS2. Actually, has it been 21? We're in 2026 right? now. It came out in 2002 or 2003, something like that. Either way, so it's been actually 24 years. 24 years. Not 21, it's 24 years. Right? Since we got the original Kingdom Hearts. I think the second Kingdom Hearts has been 21 years.
Yes.
That was 2005, yeah.
Yes. So it's been 21 years since we got Kingdom Hearts 2, but it's been 24 years since we got the original Kingdom Hearts. And the series has sold over 35 million copies worldwide as a series, not those particular single games. So Kingdom Hearts is the franchise that convinced us that a spiky-haired kid wielding a giant key could save the universe. Now, with Kingdom Hearts 4 on the horizon, fans are waiting to see how Square Enix plans to follow up tangled, heartfelt chaos, that is Sora's journey. Like, convoluted, messy, just all over the place, but still very entertaining. Anyway, we've seen a teaser trailer and it shows a more grounded art style. We actually saw a teaser trailer right after Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. Right around the time where I finished the game, I saw a teaser for Kingdom Hearts 4. Now we've actually seen a gameplay trailer of Kingdom Hearts 4. Did that trailer contain a release date?
No.
Did it contain a release date?
It said launches on all platforms simultaneously. That's all it said. Didn't say a year.
Didn't say even 2027? No.
So
we got a gameplay trailer though.
So that game's coming out in 2029. I'm calling it.
That game is never coming out, bro.
We got a gameplay trailer before we got a gameplay trailer for GTA 6.
Actually, that is wild.
I'm just saying, like,
It's actually wild. I didn't even think of that stat.
GTA 6 got a release date.
I didn't do the meme. I didn't think about it.
I'm just, like, one of these games has a release date, the other one doesn't, and the one that doesn't has a gameplay trailer. The one that has a release date of this year.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, we've seen the gameplay trailer. An actual gameplay trailer. It has a more grounded art style. As Hustle said, Sora looks like a normal kid with normal sized feet for the first time.
Adult, I think.
Huh?
I think every episode I'm going to give the new number of days counter. So we are 158 days allegedly from GTA 6. We still got a gameplay.
We should, like, if we can find a way to implement a counter on the screen at the beginning of the show.
How many
Lou,
days?
we need a countdown timer at the bottom of the screen that says days till GTA 6.
Allegedly. With the asterisk. With the asterisk next to it. There you go.
You don't have to take it seriously. So anyway, we want to know what that means for the gameplay. The gameplay looked okay. And does the series stop crossing over into Disney worlds? Is the series going in a different direction? Are we going to? Loon said he'll get it next week. Are we going to actually see? Sora do some thug stuff? Is he still going to be using a Keyblade? What's the purpose of a Keyblade if you're not going to be unlocking worlds? You see what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of questions that surround Kingdom Hearts 4 for me. Fans are already theorizing, and let's be real. Half the fun of Kingdom Hearts is untangling this storyline.
Well, the thing is, when I did some more research on it, because I was curious about,
hold on, before you finish that thing. You did research on Kingdom Hearts?
No, not. I did a quick glance because I was curious.
I was gonna say, how long did it take you?
Yeah, it was 5 minutes. I was like, is this the real world now? What are we Is this
it is, I believe.
No, it's a world called Quadratum. Is what?
Called what?
Quadratum. I don't know if that means it's some weird afterlife because one of the Organization 13 members they show in the trailer, and that's what got me peaked. I was like, but we beat him multiple times, so how is he back again? But you also see young Terra Xehanort in the trailer too, so it's just what is happening now? It's
mind you, Kingdom Hearts 3 was supposed to be the end of the Xehanort saga. My guy, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna be real. Tetsuya Nomura, Nomura-san. I don't think we have enough life left in us for you to complete another saga.
Also, the other unique thing about the trailer. Also, another unique thing about the trailer: Sora and Goofy aren't there. Sora and Goofy aren't fighting with. I'm sorry,
Donald and Goofy
are not fighting with Sora.
I gotta look at the trailer again.
I don't even know if Donald and Goofy are in the game.
Yeah, like they're not in that trailer. It's
You
like
have to be like, I think at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, like you get transported to the other world or whatever. Like that's just kind of how it leaves you.
Yeah, wasn't that in the DLC for
it's
3?
shit I ain't touched because I on principle.
Was there a DLC for 3? Because I didn't play it.
There was DLC, and then they also had story content in the stupid rhythm game that released after.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Which is also canon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Remind was the DLC for 3. But I was just like, I was so underwhelmed by 3. I was just like, I'm done for a while. Like,
yeah, I checked out at 3. 3 was like,
I can't
I'm
touch
good.
the series after a while. Like, I can't. Do
Okay. Okay, let me finish. All right, so the big question is, can Kingdom Hearts 4 evolve without losing its identity? The series relies on its emotional core and absolutely absurd complex lore, but like, how do you build on that in a way that feels fresh, not repetitive? What world do we get to see next? What worlds do we want to see next? Could this be the game that finally brings the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Star Wars into Kingdom Hearts? Should it stick to its traditional Disney roots? Should it stick to a real world story? Do we care about Sora's story more than we care about the Disney crossovers?
I mean,
I got my prediction for 2 Disney worlds we're gonna get. I'm calling Zootopia, and I'm calling Raya and the Last Dragon.
I could see that. You know what? I
I'm
think
calling Moana.
The reason why I say Raya is because Disney, from doing so many damn Disney trivias over the year hosting, that Raya is now considered a Disney princess along the official princess lineup. So I was like, they got to have the new princess in the game. I feel like Disney be like, hey, we're gonna come to your house. I feel like Mickey Mouse is gonna just manifest outside Nomura's house. It's like, oh, we got Raya and the Last Dragon in there, right? Oh.
I mean, it would be a world that fits pretty well for the whole Kingdom Hearts aesthetic.
It would be cool, like seeing like fighting with dragons, everything like that.
Yeah,
Like, that would be dope.
yeah.
That's my 2 world predictions. But I don't. It would be cool to revisit Tron, because they had Tron Ares. But
I can see that happening.
So I have a question. I have questions. I have so many questions about this. All right. Raya and the Last Dragon would be a good world. The question is, right, from what we've seen of Kingdom Hearts 3 and Kingdom Hearts, how it was going. Because 3 gave us the same formula as 1 and 2, just went in a different direction than what we're used to.
Bunch of Disney worlds, heavy story elements. Disney World, heavy story element. Yeah, it's like rinse repeat.
Right. Does 4 need to do the same thing? What if we stayed in one world in 4 the whole time? What if they actually just followed a story path? Would you be disappointed if you don't get to go to a Disney universe?
I wouldn't be disappointed. I would probably question like, huh, no Disney stuff this time. I don't think I would be disappointed as long as they tighten up the writing and just keep it like actually like impactful emotionally. Because like realistically,
how about they keep it straightforward?
Yeah, keep it understandable, keep it impact, make it understandable. That's the better caveat to put it. Make it understandable, make it impact. That's it. Because realistically,
don't tie any other games in with it. Don't make me play Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep, the mobile game.
365 over 2 days.
365/2. Yes. Like, don't make me do all of this.
Recoded.
Please don't make me do all of this. Remind, remake, rementalize. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do all of this, bro.
Yeah,
like,
they need to show some restraint.
Like when 4 comes out, I will probably look for a sale with the Remind DLC updated Mega Edition Kingdom Hearts 3 just to be caught up on that, and then maybe get 4 at launch. But who knows? Who knows when the fuck coming out?
I already got beef with.
Might be 2030. Who knows?
Like I said, I got beef with Nomura. I just got beef with it. Like the whole 20-year wait for Kingdom Hearts 3, the convolution that was added to the Kingdom Hearts timeline before 3 came out, the Final Fantasy VII remake and him deciding to do 3 separate games instead of like giving us a complete game in one remake, that kind of cheesed me, to be honest with you, because he's known to take a long time with his stuff, and like I knew that once we got the Final Fantasy VII remake, that it wasn't gonna be like we'll get remake and rebirth and Revelation like one like immediately. Like it was gonna be remake, and then we were gonna be waiting 3 years for another 3-4 years at least. Then we were gonna be waiting 3 to 4 years, if not more, for like I was expecting. Honestly,
you know what's wild? You know how many releases, not counting phone stuff, was between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yes, there were like 12.
10.
God damn, Jesus.
The remake of Chain of Memories, 358, Birth by Sleep, Recoded, Dream Drop Distance, 1.5 remakes, 2.5 remakes, Unchained, 2.8 final chapter prologue, and 1.5, 2.5 remakes.
Yeah, you had 1.5, 2.5, 2.8, 1.5, 2.5 remix. It was crazy.
I mean,
insane.
I was kind of close though.
One of the biggest issues with Kingdom Hearts is that narratively, it peaked at 2, and then after that,
gameplay wise, it peaked at 2.
Off a cliff.
Three is just 2 with some extra button prompts.
Yeah,
like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, they never really changed. They didn't really change the gameplay.
3 is 2 without using dual keyblades.
Actually, you know what? 3 is a combination of 2 and Dream Drop Distance. A lot of the crazy like Heartless combo moves and everything like that came from Dream Drop Distance. Like 3DS.
Yeah, but like if they would have gone off 2 a little more or a little harder, I think it would have been more enjoyable.
But here's the thing: like you could play one of the biggest issues is that it just carries on after 2, right? Because you could play 1 Chain of Memories and 2, and you have a complete story there. Mm-hmm. It's like, especially after you play 2, when you get to the ending of 2, you're just like, oh, this feels complete.
If you wanted to go further, you could play Birth by Sleep, then 1, then Chain of Memories, then 2.
Because Birth by Sleep doesn't completely terribly impact the narrative in 1, because it is a prequel. It doesn't.
Right, it doesn't add weird plot holes or
it doesn't fuck with that too much.
But Birth by Sleep would make 3's ending make sense. Because you're introduced to Terra, you're introduced to the characters that show up in the end of 3.
Bruh, tell me why.
Like without playing Birth by Sleep, you don't know who Aqua is.
Bro, tell me why in 3. Tell me why in 3 they had a character show up from the mobile game. The mobile game.
Because the mobile game was
no explanation.
It was also the same problem in 3. If you didn't
play the mobile game was canon, and it was the Keyblade Wars.
Yeah.
Well, also the problem with like bringing up Aqua, like if you didn't play Birth by Sleep, you have no connection to Aqua as a character.
Or Terra.
And you're wondering why Riku's going through all this to free Aqua and everything like that. It's like, what if, like, but if I never played Birth by Sleep, I don't know this person is. It's like, well, you didn't buy the 1.5 remix special edition featuring Dante version? Like, come on. Like, Jesus. It's just insane. Like, it's so annoying. Like, how they do the game. It's like,
not everything had to be canon. At first, it sounded cool. I was like, okay, this Game Boy Advance version. Oh, that's canon to the story. That's cool. All right, cool. A little card.
I'm not gonna play it.
Battle game. Cool, right? But then they kept doing it. Oh, this music game. That's canon.
Because it's people like my fault that bought Chain of Memories for my Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. But even then, Chain of Memories doesn't make or break the narrative. It adds, but it doesn't like. You can still play 1 and 2, and it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I think that Birth by Sleep 1, 2, 3, and Chain of Memories are probably the only ones that are absolutely necessary to understand the basic version of the story without getting too confused.
No, because remember, Shion, she shows up in 3. If you haven't played 365 over 2 days, you don't know who she is.
I did, but like the thing is that
I'm saying
like,
the average person wouldn't know who she is if you didn't play those games. So you don't know the
but you could take it with her showing up in 3. You could take it as another character is being introduced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and not be like, you wouldn't feel all the worse for it, like, because
I think
yeah.
the problem with Xi'an is also because like she's a pseudo replica of Kyrie, so it's
Yes.
it's like I can't.
she's
Pseudo
like a
replica of
clone.
Kyrie and also Sora, kinda, sorta.
It's stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. I'm getting triggered talking about Kingdom Hearts. It's so stupid.
That's kind of what happens when you start thinking about Sora and Roxas and the one kid that was with Terra and Aqua all being the same person but not being the same person.
Ventus.
Ventus,
Ventus.
yeah, huh?
Yeah,
Welcome
exactly.
to the confusion. Sora, Roxas, and Ventus.
If I remember correctly, Ventus exists. I forgot. Is Ventus a creation or is he his own person? Because there's that whole thing where like they made Vanitas from Ventus.
Vanitas
Was created from Ventus's darkness.
yes.
But
Roxas is-
Vanitas
Roxas is
looks
Sora's
like Sora.
nobody. And I think Ventus was supposed to be Sora's Heartless. It's weird.
No.
Ventus was an actual person.
Being a person.
Okay.
Yes, he was because he was taking the Keyblade Master exam. But like I thought that there was actually something behind Ventus besides Vanitas being
Xehanort experimented on him.
Yeah.
There it was.
But because of the experimentation, Ventus's
or something like Sora was
Ventus's
something
heart
from-
goes into Sora, so
there it is. That's
Sora
what it is.
the heart of Ventus, and then when Sora is defeated, it loses his heart, and then that's what makes Roxas, because Roxas is Sora's nobody, but who is from the heart of Ventus. It's dumb. It's
Do you
not-
see the sheer frustration?
Hold on.
You're making me have to think about stuff I haven't had to think about in a while, but it's all
Hold on.
around
But
it,
then
dude. It's
wait.
like-
But then we're supposed to believe in 3 that Xehanort was a good guy all along. That's where I was just like, nope, I'm done with this series. I'm done. No, you're not gonna gaslight me into believing that
They don't gaslight
Xehanort
you
is
whenever
a
they want.
good guy all along. That he did this out of some like misplaced, like, oh, I was really trying to save humanity, but I made some missteps along the way. You experimented on a child.
Sir.
You experimented on multiple people, murdered multiple people.
I'm about
And
to say,
I'm supposed to
you
believe
are
you're
a
a good
murderer.
guy.
You killed
Millions.
Bro.
Yo, dog, this would be like, I swear to God, this would be like if you were watching Bleach and they were like, oh, by the way, Aizen was a good guy all along. Ain't no way. They'd be like, oh, Aizen was a good guy all along. Also, hold on. Let me think of it. Oh, Griffith was a good guy all along. What? No. That's why I checked out, bro. I was like, I don't care about the series no more. Once they got to that part with Xehanort, I was like, I'm done. Now you're insulting my intelligence. I'm good off this series. I don't think I'll be playing 4. I'll watch the story, but as far as purchasing it, that right there was like a bridge too far. I was like, nah, I can't do this, bro. I refuse to. See, I knew we were gonna end up getting triggered during this episode. Once I knew we got to the Kid Rock topic, I was like, oh yeah, this is about to go downhill. Cause me and Ryan are gonna lose our me, Ryan, and Toad are gonna lose our shit. Cause this series has burned us.
What's the next topic?
Yeah, now you think about it. You think about it now.
I'm not. I don't want to. Moon said buying it first day.
All right, man. You take that bullet.
Day one.
What's the next topic? Let's move on to the next topic.
I would like to say that I'll buy it day one, but I don't even know if I'm gonna be alive at that point, bro.
Yeah, we have no idea when it's come out. This could be.
Oh, yeah, that's
next,
true.
This could be not till next decade, man. Like,
Right. Like, and they always have a habit of like debating us by giving us like gameplay trailers and telling us this and telling us that, and no dates. No dates.
2030.
I'll stick with.
2030 ain't terrible, but
I'll stick with 2020. I'll stick with 2029 prediction. I'll stick with
but like you got to remember what year did Kingdom Hearts 3 come out?
2018, 2019,
18.
Yep.
Now imagine not
2019,
getting
2019. Yeah.
2019. All right, imagine not getting Kingdom Hearts 4 until 2039.
No, I'm good.
That's the difference between Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3. Almost 20 years.
I don't think
Literally,
that's
like,
good.
14 years.
Yeah. It's a lot of time, bro.
If we're on the same release schedule, we got 2033.
Yes. Yes. And
Listen.
there ain't no way that I'm gonna be that. I'm
How
gonna
many
be-
more? But the thing is, how many are we gonna get? Another 10 spinoffs like we did between 2 and 3?
Another what?
Are we gonna get another 10 spinoffs like we did between 2 and 3, like we do
Please
3
no.
and 4?
Hold on.
I don't know what the purpose of that was. Is that was that the purpose? Was the purpose of that just to get money, or was that like to like keep the story fresh in our memories?
Money.
You know what I'm
Fresh
saying?
pilot.
Money,
Like,
Keep talking.
money. Because
Money.
did we need a separate PS2 remake of Chain of Memories?
No.
did we need Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, and then 2.8? And then the 1.5, 2.5 remix?
It would have made sense if they waited and did a full compilation that had the final mixes.
They gave us like 3 different versions of 1.5, 2.5. Did we need 1.5?
No, that's what I mean. If 1.5, 2.5 never existed, but then we got the 2.5 prologue 3, everything that had everything in it all in one as just one release. Not, oh, you already bought all these games separately. It's like we're gonna release it again though. So you want to buy it again? This big pack, you can do that. But if they just gave us the one big pack after a couple of years, I don't think people would have had an issue. I think the issue is just how many they gave us for no damn reason.
Another issue too with the series is how, as it goes over time, they stop involving Final Fantasy characters. Like, when is the last game you have actually actively seen Final Fantasy characters? And remember, Kingdom Hearts was originally pitched as Final Fantasy meets Disney. You interact with both Final Fantasy and Disney characters. The last game that perfectly did that, of like involving both sides, was 2.
Yeah. But you got to remember that Disney turned into a different monster by the time Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. So I don't think that they could actually do it.
But what does the Final Fantasy part have to do with Disney at that point, though?
Because
He's saying the new Disney leadership didn't like the Final Fantasy tie.
Oh.
That's why 3 only had majorly Disney stuff and not.
Oh.
like
I
we'll
didn't-
let you keep making this game, but you can't put other properties in this game with Disney properties. That kind of thing. I imagine that that's what leadership and that's what the contract probably said.
That sucks.
I also imagine that that's probably one of the main holdups, because remember that in between 2 and 3, Disney changed a lot.
Yeah, Bob Iger took over and everything like that. It's like,
And then that switched. Then Bob Iger also switched to what's his name?
I imagine that a lot of the things that we're doing right now, in order to like a lot of the things that are our gripes, are because of the changes. I'm just gonna take a wild shot in the dark and say that, you know, a lot of that is Disney side changes.
Yeah.
actually, looking at it, yeah, he was CEO of Disney 2005. That's when he came in to be CEO. So Kingdom Hearts 2 was already done. So
Mhm.
at that point, he had say over how they're going to do Kingdom Hearts 3.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever he appointed was probably like, yeah, we're not really liking how Kingdom Hearts 3 is looking so far. Dial it
Development hell.
back, remake it.
Yeah, this spiky dude with the big sword and the spiky yellow hair. Yeah, get him out of here.
Development hell.
That dude with the black coat and the long katana. Yeah, get him out of here too.
Like, it's already bad enough that like they're letting you fight in their worlds alongside their characters.
Yeah, you don't fight alongside no damn Final Fantasy characters. Not no more.
No.
End of that.
So
Put the
how much
kibosh
of
on
Kingdom
that.
Hearts' appeal is tied to nostalgia? Like, how much do you think that it's actually tied to nostalgia? Like,
I think
that
it's
nostalgia
100% tied to nostalgia. It's us. We keep it alive. Our generation keeps it alive. It came out at like a pivotal moment. Most of us were still kids when it came out.
So do you think that like a 5 or not even like a 5-year-old, like an 8-year-old who's in the peak of enjoying Disney, right? Could pick up Kingdom Hearts 3 and play it and not get some joy out of the fact that they get to play, in the Frozen world, and they get to play in those various worlds that they're familiar with the Disney movies that they may be watching currently? Like, I think it could bring in new I think it could bring in new fans.
3 is a
They're
that is
not
a
playing it for the
doozy to
story to
come in
make
on.
sense. Like, if you're playing
I
it
mean, I
for
guess
the
it's like
you're just like when you're freaking 8 and 10 years old, you're not playing it so you can understand what's happening. You playing it because I get to run around and beat up things in these Disney worlds and play alongside these Disney characters. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, if it's a young kid that doesn't really care about the story and just wants to play in Disney World, I guess I could see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think that the Disney worlds are enough to attract that kind of crowd? After that, you get hooked with because you enjoyed it because it's a fairly simple game to play. Can't tell me it's not a fairly simple game to play.
Yeah,
Fairly
no,
simple
it
game to
is.
play. It has appeal because it has these Disney characters and all of these Disney worlds, Toy Story World and Frozen World and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It looks fun. You're not using a sword, so your parents might let you play. It could definitely bring in that audience.
I mean, chances are, if a young kid now is going to be playing Kingdom Hearts, it would be kids that we had. It would be our kids. Which, if it's our kids, then we probably already taught them about Kingdom Hearts.
Our kids?
Our generation's kids.
I'm about to say, because how many of us have kids?
I don't have kids.
I got 2 cats.
And his kids are not playing Kingdom Hearts.
You don't know them. You don't know what them cats be doing. They might be playing Kingdom Hearts when we not paying attention.
That's
Never know that.
That's why they're so angry all the time.
Yeah, they had to. They had to understand that story. They were like, "What the fuck is this? Dad, what is this?"
I can't get jiggy with this shit.
Okay, so what risks, and this will be my last question, what risks do Kingdom Hearts 4 need to make in order to stand out from the rest of the crowd, or even in order to set itself into the good graces of its fans like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 did?
Bring back Final Fantasy characters. Implement them into the story again. Also, it's going to be hard, but if we don't have Disney Worlds in this, I don't know how you're going to implement Disney characters.
I don't know that they don't have Disney Worlds, but like I could see them not doing
We're speculating.
If they don't have Disney Worlds, then I think they have to literally rely on story.
Yeah,
That
that's
story
going to
has
be
to
important.
carry the game.
But also, maybe this might work out in their favor if they don't have to rely on Disney Worlds for the story. You know, like if they have to focus on their own world that is also interwoven into this new place or whatever, right? Or I guess new districts. Maybe it's gonna be a thing where it's like the new worlds are the districts of this big ass city that you're in, or whatever. Then yeah, it could make the story change up. Which I ain't gonna hold you. I think we all thought like the city was either the real world or it was oh my god, the game. Yes. Square Enix game. Right, in Japan.
World ends with you.
Yeah. We thought it was gonna be everybody was like, oh, he went to the World Ends with You world. Which I mean,
But even in the
makes
World Ends
sense.
with You, didn't they have big feet?
Well, yeah. But I think Sora now is like 20 something. I think narratively, he looks like an adult now. I would say Sora's at least like 20 or 21, maybe.
I don't know. I can't call it. But yeah, that was just like, I think that if they don't do all of that, what you said, or if they can't rely on Disney Worlds, then they're gonna have to hard lead on the story.
Yeah.
The action and the story are what's gonna set it apart this time around. And the story is kind of secondary because, like, I'm gonna be real, half these gamers don't look at cutscenes, so your action gotta carry.
Yeah, I agree.
That's about it. So we don't have a ton of time, so I want to get into before we go. Wrapping up the Summer Games Fest. I want to discuss, the rest of the stuff in the Summer Games Fest that we didn't get to talk about because it happened after our last show. So this year, Summer Games Fest had over 50 reviews. We got Sony Direct, we got an Xbox showcase, we got a Nintendo showcase, and then we got Summer Games Fest itself. We got AAA blockbusters, we got indie surprises. Summer Games Fest has actually become more than just like an E3 replacement. It's a full-blown celebration of gaming's future. I know that there might be some mixed feelings about Jeff Keighley and his video game awards and his Summer Games Fest, but Jeff Keighley has done a decent job moving into the industry in those gaps that we have been missing, such as when we lost E3 and everything kind of went to the Tokyo Game Show. He gave us a different experience without having to make an E3 level of premieres. And just like when we in the wintertime, when we get our trailers, we get our game reveals. Now we get those at the Game Awards, the Video Game Awards. Like the Video Game Awards, they do really, really, really fast awards for various games, and then they just show trailers. It's yet another trailer show. This is how we know what's coming up in the springtime. The Summer Game Fest is how we're revealed of what's coming up in the fall. It just is what it is, and then some of the stuff is next year. So we got crowd pleasers and we got wild cards. We got Stranger Than Heaven. We got Phantom Blade Zero. Phantom Blade Zero is actually kind of close to GTA 6's launch, but whatever. We'll also talk about how nothing is coming out in November, just about, because I know Hustle wants to make it known that we have 45 games coming out in September and 9 coming out in November. There's literally 65 to 80 games coming out in October and nothing's coming out in November. Anyway, so yeah. So there were definitely moves that, speak to the confidence of various developers and, when it comes to date shifting. And indie gems like Aether Blow and Pixel Noir, they added, some heart and variety to like all of these bombs that were dropped. It wasn't all smooth sailing. Some presentations were kind of like, whatever. Some trailers were like, why? And then, we got a lot of games that were vying for attention. But since we're mainly highlighting the Microsoft showcase and the Nintendo showcase, I kind of just want to start off by getting you guys' thoughts on what was revealed and what was the number one thing revealed. Because what I've been seeing all over the internet is Microsoft showcase, Nintendo showcase, Summer Games Fest, Sony's PlayStation Direct. It's literally become a meme.
I mean, Microsoft did come out with some good stuff. I'm not gonna act like they didn't. Because
what was the banger for you?
Just confirmation Persona 6, even though we didn't get gameplay. But Clockwork
confirmation of what?
Persona 6. That was during the Microsoft
show. But that's gonna be on everything.
That's gonna be on everything. But no, honestly, Halo Campaign Evolved looked dope. I liked seeing Clockwork Revolution looks very interesting. It got my attention. I really want to probably play that. So, what else was there? I mean, there's the Dark Ages DLC, Fallout 76 nonsense. I don't care about. Crazy Taxi looked cool, but that's
Crazy Taxi.
But that's gonna be on everything. Yep. The stuff I saw about Gears of War E-Day after the reveal in the showcase was more interesting. If people didn't know, they're getting rid of. Well, I don't think they're getting rid of. They're highly changing how wall bouncing works.
Oh, I saw the wall bouncing. That was fire.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna be honest.
But apparently the crazy like bobbing and weaving from 1 through like 5 is not going to be present in the new. So it's going to completely overhaul how the multiplayer, like high level competition works. So that'll be interesting to see.
Did you see how they made the wall bounce? Like where you actually like
And
had
you
somebody
actually have to
hitting
slide
a wall
up
and then
like-
he was kind of like bouncing off of it as he was going in the cover.
Wolong 2 was cool, but that's for people like me who love Souls like games. So like, but you know, like for the stuff shown, I don't know if I agree Microsoft was number one. I think they're like, as far as volume of stuff shown and quality, like I would put the main Summer Games Fest screen and Microsoft on the same level.
Yeah.
And I think I personally would put Sony second or like second, Nintendo and Sony tied. Because Nintendo didn't show a ton of stuff that I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like,
I mean,
getting the Ocarina of Time remake confirmation was cool, but it's also like I was talking about earlier episodes. Like, I played this game like 50 times. It's like I'm gonna buy it again.
I have played the game quite a few times.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bullshit. Like, I'm gonna buy it again. Like, it's still a game I love. Like, I'm gonna buy it. I got Switch 2. I'm gonna buy it. It's coming out this year.
I'll put it like this: the Nintendo showcase made me feel like I can buy a Switch 2 confidently now.
Yes, that's a good way.
Fair enough. I think that's a fair.
I never felt to this day that I could buy a Switch 2 and be not wasting my money.
Yeah,
but the single player Splatoon game.
A buddy of mine stole his Steam Deck, need a Switch 2.
Huh?
A buddy of mine stole his Steam Deck just to take advantage of the inflated numbers to get a Switch 2. But yeah, like I gotta go look back at what we got shown. Some of the Nintendo showcase that looked dope. Xenoblade Genesis looks dope. The new Nintendo Switch Sports Resort actually looks fun as hell.
Yeah, that looks fun. But they only had like what, 6?
I think 6 games, but
was it 6 different sports?
I actually went back. That's kind of par for the course. They all have. Like,
I mean, would I like there to be at least like 8 games, 10 games? Sure.
I thought the original Wii Sports was like 10
was
or
6.
12.
Not 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
New Fire Emblem looks cool.
I'm sorry. I love Fire Emblem. Like I will. Yeah.
I think what dropped points to me for the Nintendo showcase is I could have swore we were gonna get Duskbloods gameplay.
Giving what?
Duskbloods, the From Software exclusive game
Right.
from the Switch 2.
Yes.
We didn't
That's
get
right.
anything. Like I was mad. I was like, how did we not show off anything about this game? You showed it off like a year and like 2 years. You showed the first trailer like at the very first Nintendo Switch 2 major direct. You showed off that trailer, which was winter 2024 or early 2025, and like we haven't gotten anything from that game.
Nope.
But because most of the stuff being shown at the Nintendo Direct was just like ports of games that
Mhm.
come to Switch 2. Like there weren't that many crazy new game announcements. That's why it's like people were like I think the nostalgia is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
That's what I'm saying.
Nintendo.
And that's the thing that we've been touching on is like, is nostalgia really what's causing these reveals to be like, yay?
I think so. At least for Nintendo. I'm not trying to show Nintendo.
Even Microsoft was playing up the nostalgia factor.
I'm
Halo,
not trying to show the directs because all 3 big company directs were good. I just think that some of the level that the internet has raised some of these up to is just like you need to take a step back and actually like try to objectively look at it.
I'm about to get hate for this one.
Uh-oh.
But can you name a new IP that Microsoft revealed that took over?
For me, I was really, like I said, I'm really interested in Clockwork Revolution. Like that's me.
Clockwork Origin,
That
yes.
looks dope.
Clockwork Revolution. That's me because
Oh,
I love
Clockwork
steampunky stuff and like the aesthetic.
Well, Clockwork Revolution, wasn't there also Clockwork Origin at one point? Or like a previous
No.
Clockwork game?
No,
Or is this the first one?
I think it's a whole new game.
Okay.
A whole new IP.
So that's the
Did you
new
say Clockwork
IP.
Orange? That's a movie in a book.
No, not Orange. I said Origin. Origin.
no,
Origin.
this is a whole like new.
It's a new IP.
a brand new.
Which I'm great with. So they actually had a new IP, but
Yeah.
most of their show was playing off nostalgia.
Yeah,
Baby,
Spyro.
Halo, Spyro, Crazy Taxi,
Gears.
Here's the War, Call of Duty.
Halo.
Castlevania, Call of
I
Duty.
did say Halo.
Yeah.
I was
Literally
saying,
a
like,
second Halo remake.
but this is what I'm saying. Most of the things that Microsoft hit you with was appealing to the nostalgia factor in your brain. You're familiar with these. You're familiar with all of this. You played this before.
Yeah, looking at the showcase, here's the official Xbox graphic for everything shown in the showcase. Gears of War E-Day, Modern Warfare 4, Campaign Evolve, Metro, Fable, Minecraft Dungeons 2, the new Senua, Wo Long, State of Decay 3, Resonance. Actually, Resonance might be a new IP too. I need to double check that. Clockwork Revolution, Spyro, Doom, Persona, Castlevania, Where Winds Meet, Persona 6, Flight Simulator, Crazy Taxi, Sea of Thieves, Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76, Valor Mortis, Age of Empires 4, Bad Magpie Vavarum, Join Us, and Magicians. So a lot of already established franchises that we know about, and people are gonna play.
I will say at least,
And in Sony's, the only thing that was an established franchise, I think, was God of War, wasn't it?
and Ace Combat.
And Ace Combat.
Ace Combat.
That's,
Well, we knew about
that's
it.
really it. And I guess you can also add in the Dynasty Warriors 3 remaster.
That's a remaster, yeah. So yeah,
That's
but it
about
wasn't.
it. The rest of it is
like-
all newer shit, and
Yes,
yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like they're either new IPs or they're new this or they're new something. And there's nothing wrong. Let me get this straight. There's nothing wrong with playing off nostalgia. There's nothing wrong with giving us games that we loved.
oh wait, Stuntman and
What
Rayman.
was-
Well,
Stuntman
that's a revival of a franchise no one ever thought was gonna get.
True. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
But I was saying,
It almost might as well be treated as a new IP. Like
who showed Stuntman? That was in Summer Game Fest.
that
wasn't
was
That was Sony.
I think it was no. That was Game Fest.
it? Yeah, I think that was Summer Game Fest.
Let me double check.
I'm looking at the thing. It says all the state of play announcements.
I mean, it could have been. I haven't watched.
It was actually, yeah, it looks like it was shown in
Sony?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing, yep.
Either way, like I just wanted. I'm like what I'm saying is like, are we looking for new games that are new? Are we looking for just like, oh, this is the next new thing, but this is kind of either a remaster, remake, rehashing, or a new entry in something that's already existing? And I think that both opinions are valid. And nostalgia carries a lot, but I think that very often, like when we come with nostalgia, we're more lenient on new IPs and new platforms and new things than we are on things that have nostalgia factor built in and then don't do well.
I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like we're harder on new IPs than we are on like old established.
No, we're easy on remakes. But when they make a new entry into a nostalgic whatchamacallit, it has to be great.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're ruining the nostalgia for us. Like you're creating bad memories on something that we loved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like imagine Gears of War E-Day is trash.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first not good Gears game. If I remember correctly, I think Not- what's it for?
Judgment.
Judgment. If I remember correctly, Judgment was not received
Great.
very well.
But I'm just saying, like, imagine and if like the thing is, like, Judgment is one that like eludes the brain. But imagine with the way that they were talking about E-Day, imagine it's not good. It hurts Xbox's reputation by a lot.
I mean, they already are not happy about the whole wall bounce nerf. They're not happy. The Gears community's not happy about the wall bounce thing.
I'm just saying, but like that hurts the reputation a ton.
With them hardcore Gears players, you're like, nope, this game's trash.
You know, imagine if Halo doesn't perform. That hurts Microsoft a lot.
I'd have to imagine the only reason it underperforms, at least it'll perform well on PlayStation.
What,
I
Halo?
definitely think it'll perform well on PlayStation. It's Halo on
Well,
PlayStation for the first
You know what I'm
time.
saying? Halo?
Yeah.
Well,
It'll perform-
they're not being weird with the what game is now not coming to PlayStation now? Is it
Gears.
Gears E-Day?
Yeah.
And Clockwork Revolution is not. At least
Right.
not right now.
That
Yeah.
well, they
Yeah.
said Clockwork Revolution was a console exclusive.
Exclusive, yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see how. Again,
So that
uh,
might not even
EA
become
is going to be on PC and Xbox consoles.
like I said, we'll see how exclusive those things are, because if the sales ain't there, they're gonna be like, well, y'all ain't bought it when it came out on
Well,
Xbox.
the thing
We
is
want the
that-
exclusive to PlayStation.
The new Xbox CEO wants to bring back exclusivity. She's trying very hard for an Xbox revival.
Also,
And I commend her for doing everything in her power, but like,
also a new article that popped up over the weekend was the Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said like, very summarized, like paraphrasing. They said we need to get Xbox to start making money, otherwise we might not have an Xbox brand.
they
So
were bleeding.
she-
Remember,
so she needs-
all right.
So she
Remember
needs,
when
like,
I said that they're starting to
like-
multi-platform all that are exclusives? And I was like, at this rate, you might as well just not even make another console.
Yeah, you and I both said that multiple times. Where it's saying like, are we gonna get another Xbox? Like,
I've
now
been
we're
saying,
probably
like,
gonna get another Xbox, but you know,
we're at the point if you want Xbox to make money, it's not going to be from hardware sales. It will not.
No.
It'll be from
that's
software.
why it was. That's why it's called a
So-
lawsuit.
also, it goes another thing about Gears of War. Did y'all see what they said what the budget of E-Day is?
400 million.
$400
Yeah,
million.
it was massively huge.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it was massively huge.
They've got themselves into the situation where they bought a bunch of IPs, a bunch of studios, spent billions of dollars, and now you're expecting profit out of that, like quick profit too. And you're expecting the hardware sales to drive that, when like what the base console, like the S series costs like what, 450?
Five. The S is it 500 now?
No, the S is 450, I believe, and I think the base X is 600.
Yeah, 450 for the S. Yeah.
Brother, people can't afford gas or groceries. A pound of ground beef costs $10 at the grocery store. Economically, this don't make no sense. It's like I said in the group chat, I don't like economically. Trying to go back to console exclusives on Xbox does not make sense financially.
It does. They're
Again, they're
not
called
they're
lawsuits.
not willing to drop. For some reason, they're not willing to drop making the hardware.
Well,
And
again,
becoming
like
a
I said,
game publisher.
so
Yeah.
they're talking about making the new Xbox going to be more. I promise you, and I'm about to go on a limb saying this. In this economy,
Mhm.
right? Your console sales are already putting you in the red, right?
Yeah.
You make your money not off of console sales. You make your money off of software, accessories, and all the things that go with a console. The Game Pass subscriptions, et cetera, et cetera. So, here's how Microsoft can actually put themselves to win the next console generation. They release that next console at $500 to $600, and that's it. One console. If PlayStation is going closer to $1,000, and Microsoft is sitting at $500,
Yeah, to
maybe
undercut them.
$600 at most, and they don't change their price, they know they're taking an L, you know, with development or whatever. They know they're taking an L, but I assure you, with the sheer number of units that you move, because you're gonna beat PlayStation, you're gonna beat everybody.
I mean, shit. Them being, I think, was it $200 less than the PlayStation 3 at launch with the 360?
That's
Heck,
how the
got me to buy
Xbox
it.
360
I
won.
bought a 360 over a PlayStation because of that.
But that's what I'm saying. Price matters. That price point is what's going to cause us. Like, I don't know how we got into the last topic of the day, but it's fine. But that price point matters. How are we
It does.
digging Xbox out of the hole? What does their future look like? If you're going to make another console, you know it's a loss leader. You know that you're going to be in the red with the console. You know that you use this in order to beef up all the rest of your stuff, you notice you're already in a sinking ship and you want to bail yourself out. You make that price as highly competitive as possible. If Sony's not going to match that price or go under, you are taking the market.
Yeah, because here's the thing. You can't beat Nintendo at this moment.
Well, Nintendo Switch 2s are $500.
They're flying off shelves still. Like that's the
because
thing.
they're
like,
still coming with a game.
They're still coming with a game. You know, there's quality games that are coming down the pipeline. There's quality games that are already out, like Donkey Kong.
Right.
10 out of 10.
But again, Nintendo lives off of nostalgia.
You already have high quality games
on
that console, right? If you're Microsoft, drop your shit down to at least be in competing price with the Switch.
If you do
you gotta
500,
stop thinking about Sony at this point.
Yeah, there ain't no reason that right now that the Series X shouldn't be $500.
Yeah, just make that $500. But you're already priced lower. Yeah, you're priced lower than the PlayStation at that point.
and guess
that's
what?
how you get Xboxes to fly off shelves. But you can't have this. You can't have this. I want my cake and eat it too type mentality where you're like, I'm gonna keep my prices high, but then I'm also gonna make it so you can only get my games on my console. And it's like that don't work in this economy like that.
Especially when you're the first one to raise the prices, and then you raise the prices 3 times.
Yeah.
They were the first ones to raise the price of the video games to $70.
Yep.
They were the first ones to raise the price of the consoles. Then they raised the price of the consoles 3 different times.
I know the whole making Xbox games exclusive again sounds great to the fanboys.
Maybe.
That's cool, but they don't live in reality. They don't live in an economic reality of like they're cheerleaders. They just want their team to win. They want their team to win. And they don't want them to win at any cost.
If everything was on everything, I would buy one thing and I would play one thing. I would buy the PlayStation or the Xbox or the Nintendo console that worked best for what fit my needs and what fit my entertainment system. And then I would be happy to buy games from all these different whatchamacallits, and you know, you get a Switch because it's portable. But like, let me play my Switch games on my Steam Deck. Let me play my Xbox and Switch games on the PlayStation. Let me play my PlayStation games on all the rest of that stuff too. So this way, no matter what I have, like, make it convenient for your buyer. And I promise you, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up getting more people.
And before anyone thinks that like I'm shitting on Microsoft, I don't want to hear it. I paid $150 for goddamn Forza. I don't want to hear nothing you gotta say about me and Microsoft. So I already supported them tenfold on that one. All right. So I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, you hate man. No. I'm telling the truth here about Microsoft, what they need to hear.
And I stopped playing Forza right now because of what's going on with Forza. There are certain cars in Forza that if you modify, it will pretty much wipe your game data.
Wait, what?
I didn't hear about that. I've been playing 007 and Mina the Hollower, so I've been missing the Forza.
You need to send me that.
Yeah, there's a list of cars right now that will corrupt your save.
Oh God, oh Jesus. How do y'all fuck that up?
Like, it's not just owning them. If you modify these cars, you just lose your data.
That's crazy. I didn't even hear about that.
Is that, hold on, did they even update? Did they send out a big community notice?
I mean, it's been like all over like Twitter and the Facebook. Great idea. They will not do it. You're right. They won't do it. They will not unify. They will not make it so that you just buy one console. Everybody needs their little slice of the pie. And that's fine. That's fine. As a console player, I have a PC, and the reason that I prefer to play my video games on my console is because my PC makes this room hot.
Oh, my bad, 120, not 150.
Huh?
I said my bad, 120, not 150.
Either way, I paid like $50-$60 because I got the VIP DLC, get a little extra, you know what I'm saying? So I was utilizing Game Pass because I knew that it was going to be on Game Pass day one, but then I just got the upgrade pack so that I could play early and have some of those extra bonuses and such. But ever since the thing that's been going on with people losing their data, I've stopped playing Forza for a little while. And like I wanted to play today, but Wuthering Waves has a Cyberpunk Edge Runners crossover, and it's considered canon to the story. So need to play that.
Hurricane Evo. Oh Lord.
You're actually
okay. Well, I remember not to modify any of my cars yet.
Which car? Well, I'm not gonna play it for a couple weeks, so I will hopefully be packed by the time.
But the way that you're eating through games right now, you could end up going back to it this week.
That's a big fuck up. That is a major fuck up.
I got Adventures of Elliot this week, so I'm playing that.
What's Adventures of Elliot?
I believe it's also Square Enix, but it's a more old school. Like it looks like Octopath, so it's HD2D.
Okay, yeah. The 2D RPG.
Yeah.
Is it an MMO?
No, it's just a single player RPG. It looks more akin to like if you made an HD2D like old school Zelda.
Yeah, but there was a 2D MMO that I heard was actually getting some stain too.
I've been so disconnected from the MMO game, I don't even know.
I mean, we got Guild Wars 3 coming.
I will be getting that.
And it's also coming to consoles. And they will also not be doing a monthly fee. So Guild Wars 3 is a game that and I actually kind of agree with this model, and I'll play it just for that. So Guild Wars 3 does, instead of like the Final Fantasy 14 or the World of Warcraft model where you pay every month, they just make you buy the game and then you get to play. And when they have DLCs, they make you just buy the DLC and then you play the expansion.
Like even going back to Guild Wars 1, they were like that, no monthly fee.
Yeah, they started like that. They said that they don't want people to feel like they are wasting their money and they are forced to log on every day just so that they can get their money's worth for their monthly subscription. They don't want people to feel obligated to log on for this or that. They want people to enjoy the game and actually enjoy the game to enjoy the game. So I respect it. They've and this is where I was like, well, I have to buy like Final Fantasy 14 expansions, but then you're also charging me $15 a month. So I don't understand why they have to do it, but Guild Wars can't, or you know what I'm saying, but Guild Wars doesn't. So that's what I have there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Guild Wars has always had that mentality of hey, no subscription fee.
Yes. And I've always been an anti-subscription type of person when it came to my games and stuff. Now, everything is relying on subscriptions, so it feels like a breath of fresh air that we are getting a MMO game that's actually not subscription based. Because at this point, we can't watch TV without subscriptions. We can't do anything without subscriptions. We got a subscription to Game Pass, we got a subscription to Amazon, we got a subscription to Netflix and Crunchyroll and everything.
PlayStation if you want to play online.
PlayStation, yeah.
Xbox if you want to play online.
Now you need subscriptions to play online games. So now you have to not only subscribe to an internet service provider, but then you also have to subscribe to the various gaming platforms.
Bro, if you own all 3 consoles, you get to subscribe to all 3 of them to play online. That is kind of ridiculous. That is a little that's a little OD.
At least Nintendo's is fairly cheap. But the thing is,
if
you don't play Nintendo games online like that, you don't even need it.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you don't care about the digital libraries of the emulated games, then you don't need it.
That, and also, let's be real, Nintendo's online is kind of buns.
Oh yeah, that's
all right. So real quick before we close out, because we're almost at closeout time. Let me run over this Xbox data real quick so that you can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So Xbox has always walked a unique path in the gaming industry. From the Halo-fueled success of the original Xbox to the Game Pass revolution, it's been a story of innovation, reinvention, and sometimes frustration. But now there are actually rumors that Microsoft might spin off Xbox as a separate company or subsidiary. This comes alongside reports that they're pushing for accelerated timelines on heavy hitters like Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. Could this be the beginning of a bold new chapter for Xbox, or does it signal a deeper identity crisis? Now, there's no denying that Microsoft struggled to keep pace with Nintendo and Sony on this console generation. Halo was always their flagship. That hasn't had the staying power of like God of War or Breath of the Wild or any of the Mario Karts or anything like that. But do you think Xbox going solo is the solution? And if it happens, how is it going to affect the games that we might want to play? You know what I'm saying?
If it goes solo, that would also mean that there's less finances flooding into it and less resources.
So can Xbox do it as a standalone company, or do they need Microsoft?
If they also take all the IPs that they own with them, which would be highly doubtful, no.
No.
What do you mean? Like no.
No.
Like you're saying they can do it only if they take the IPs?
I think it would be extremely difficult for Xbox to split off as its own brand and not have access to all the resources that
the studios
provide, which is the studios, the infrastructure, the hardware, and the software.
I think that they can do it without.
Well, the reason I'm saying that is because everything that Xbox owns is a Microsoft pack. So unless they're also willing to get like Microsoft, they would have to start from scratch.
They don't have the money.
Not if it's a subsidiary.
No, what I'm saying is Microsoft still owns the patents of everything Xbox.
Yes.
So the console, everything like that. If
Yes.
Xbox splits off and it's no longer under Microsoft, they technically don't have access to those resources anymore to make an Xbox once again. So they will have to make another new console. Because with how the higher-ups of Microsoft saying like, hey, just because we're splitting you off doesn't mean you get to then use the stuff that we put the billions of dollars into under
that's
Microsoft.
the thing. They don't
Just because you're Xbox. Yeah, we did it and made Xbox, but you don't get to leave and then use our stuff. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
And it seems like they're trying to pull away from the financial burden that is the Xbox brand, right?
So
Xbox can't survive split off from Microsoft. At least not as a hardware company. That would be dead. Software company, yes.
You see how Ubisoft split off into that subsidiary company and dropped their largest IPs with that subsidiary company. And
that's still a subsidiary under Ubisoft, correct?
Yeah, but Xbox could be a subsidiary under Microsoft.
What would be the point of doing that, though?
Because Microsoft then wouldn't have to necessarily claim that loss. Xbox would be its own company. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I get it.
But then Xbox would be eating. But then Xbox would be eating all the losses and taking all the financial risks.
They would take their own losses and financial.
I don't think that.
Because Microsoft struggling without Xbox.
What was that?
Like, if you don't count Xbox, right? If you count Microsoft and their products that are not game related, are they struggling?
No, Microsoft is thriving without Xbox. Xbox is the financial burden for Microsoft.
I think the Xbox brand is like the only primarily losing brand under Microsoft.
That's what I'm saying. So if you want to technically split Xbox off, right? Even if you make Xbox a publicly traded company, how Take-Two did for Rockstar or whatever, right? So you want to split them off, you want to IPO Xbox so that they get funding, so they can start off, they can come out as a Fortune 500 startup. Because that's what my company did when I was under Xerox. We split off into another company, and it was technically a Fortune 500 level startup. We had the backing, we had the resources, but we were a different company, probably more or less a subsidiary, but new name, new everything. So if Xbox breaks off and they're now a subsidiary of Microsoft, so they're still kind of under the Microsoft corporate umbrella, but they are not actually Microsoft. Microsoft can now claim these gains and see their stock prices change accordingly, whilst Xbox can IPO and potentially have their own individual stock tickers. It could lead to more success.
It could, or it could lead to one of the most disastrous outcomes ever for a game company. That's my worry. My worry is that this is going to backfire drastically
Horribly.
because they're not in a good. It'd be one thing if they were already in a good position and they did this. I'd be like,
Well,
all
if
right,
you're
yeah,
in
I
a good
feel
position,
secure.
you don't do it.
But they're not in a good position right now.
Yeah, but Ubisoft wasn't in a good position. If you're in a good position, you don't even consider this.
Well, we still don't know how well Ubisoft is going to do down the line, right?
We
now.
don't. We don't.
That's the thing. I don't think that was a good idea on Ubisoft's end either.
I think
Microsoft is in a worse position, I think, than
well,
or more,
Ubisoft
no,
is
not worse,
building
but more
studios,
vulnerable.
right?
Microsoft has more. Xbox has more to lose than I think Ubisoft does, given that Xbox is a hardware company. If Xbox is a software company, like, all right, this is like same boat, similar, whatever. But if it was just software, I think Xbox could bounce back easily because all they gotta do now is focus on selling games. That's it. They don't worry about selling hardware no more. But they're not gonna do that at the moment.
Well, even if they did focus on even if they did develop a hardware console and then like their games would still be their focus, right?
Yeah.
So like the hardware is just to get people access to something that they can sign up for Game Pass on. You have a Game Pass emulation machine.
I mean, that does seem kind of like the future of Xbox. Or at least was heading that way because isn't Game Pass also available on a Fire Stick? So like all you need is a Fire Stick and the controller.
Not a Fire Stick.
Xbox Anywhere, I think, is available.
Some smart TV brand has
like the Fire TV or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And Xbox does make a solid controller. Like you know how much controllers would sell if you could get an official licensed Xbox controller
for anything.
Samsung, LG, and Amazon.
For anything, and you could use it on your PlayStation.
You can access Xbox Anywhere.
If you could use an Xbox rated controller on PlayStation or official license, that'd go hard.
Possibly.
Shells. Because a lot of people don't like. There's a lot of people who don't like the thumbstick layout on the PlayStation.
That's because their thumbs touch.
Listen, I'm of the mindset of adapt to either controller. I don't have a controller preference.
I don't like the D-pads on Xbox.
That's my only preference. My only preference is D-pad, not stick layout. I don't give a damn about stick and button layout.
I don't like the D-pads on Xbox controllers.
I just want to make sure that the D-pad is solid because I like doing like Street Fighter. I love using a D-pad.
Correct. Any fighting game.
Any fighting game I like.
Triggers are also important, especially for like driving games.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Xbox has good triggers.
They have good triggers, but I don't know that the way you're pressing down on the triggers doesn't fatigue your hands over time.
I feel more
versus
confident
that.
using. I will say I feel more confident with the triggers on the Xbox controller than I do the PlayStation. Only because of that like the haptic adaptive triggers in the PlayStation. Sometimes
you can turn off the haptic triggers on PlayStation 5 though.
Okay.
Yeah. You can that's always an option.
Some of them games be scaring the hell out of me. I'm like,
bro,
this feels like my trigger's gonna break.
Yeah, like when you press on the accelerator and it's giving you resistance back, and you're like, yo. Yeah, but you can turn that off.
Okay. Yeah,
that's actually either a setting in your actual PlayStation or it's a setting in game. So
yeah, I'm gonna turn that off because that scares the hell out of me when I'm using the PlayStation.
I like it. I feel that I think it feels cool that you're giving some kind of a resistance, but I don't know that it's completely necessary all the time. But like if you're playing like a racing game or a driving game and like you're pressing down on that trigger and it's giving you resistance and it keeps you from full throttling and going out of control and your car's like it feels more realistic. Like you wouldn't just full throttle.
Like Forza does it. Like Forza does it on PC, but for some reason again the triggers feel sturdier. I don't know why it does.
Yeah. So let's see. What role do services like Game Pass play in shaping Xbox's future?
It's gonna be their main bread and butter
Yeah.
to get people to spend more money.
Is it currently their main bread and butter?
I think it is.
I think it's one of their main revenue streams that they get in. But I know they took a big hit on how many subscribers they had when they did the price increase, but then they came when China came in and did their price drop of it back down. I think a lot of people resubscribed to Game Pass.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would love to see because Xbox doesn't, they don't give you the data of
I don't think
game
anybody gets your
purchases.
data.
They don't do the data of game purchases on Xbox versus people playing it on Game Pass.
Okay.
I mean, one can make the argument you can see how many people are picking up and playing a game on Game Pass by like achievements and seeing the percentage of people who have completed a game or gotten achievements.
But you can't really tell the difference.
But that's
between
still
Game
not
Pass
accurate
and regular, right?
Wait, what?
I said, but you still can't tell the difference between Game Pass and regular at that point, right?
No, but well,
No, there's no distinction in achievements that show if there was a Game Pass person. It just
yeah, you
shows
can't really.
you
Yeah,
just
there's no
see an
distinction.
achievement on your Game Pass account.
You can just assume if a lot of people haven't beaten it, that maybe a lot of them, if a lot of people haven't gotten very easy early on achievements that damn near get handed out to you, you can make the assumption that possibly these people just picked it up on Game Pass, it didn't played it, dropped it. You can make that assumption from,
Or you
that
can make the assumption that the game is not good.
I mean,
If people picking it up on Game Pass played it, dropped it, like before they even got an easy achievement, you could assume that the game just isn't good.
Not necessarily, but a lot of people don't finish games.
Yeah, but even like an easy early achievement, like you know what I'm saying? Like if the game is good, Game Pass it's gonna hold you because you're gonna be more inclined to play it. It feels free.
But also, a lot of people don't because you didn't pay for it. A lot of people don't have the incentive to finish it.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
like, well, I didn't pay for it, so and they treat it like a demo.
Yeah, but that's also fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you didn't pay for it, you treat it like a demo. You want to play the game. That's still putting the game in players' hands, right? That's still getting the game in players' hands. And then when you have that game in players' hands, it's like, all right. At least they got an opportunity to play. If they enjoy it, then they'll keep playing.
But the question then becomes: is it all right? All right. You know how Gears is a $400 budget game, $400 million budget game, right? Is it worth it to only have a big significant portion of people only try it on Game Pass, not complete it, versus buying it?
Yes.
But that doesn't translate to recouping that $400
because it means that you're still making money off of Game Pass every month.
But how much?
Let's be honest. Most the subscription model for most part is people who sign up for something forget they have it.
Yeah,
that's where most.
And then once people sign up, they just forget about it.
Yeah, that goes for everything. That goes for your video streaming. That goes for whatever your random. Other random nonsense like an app you might have a monthly subscription, your Crunchyroll, like your Amazon Prime, your Game Pass, your everything.
That's true.
Most people, the most money is coming from people that are forgetting that they haven't signed up, and they don't notice a charge every month.
But I guess also the question is to that: is it? Are you making enough from people not paying attention to their Game Passes to actually recoup the losses that you make from all these games that you develop? Because now they're damn near a game publisher, pretty much at this point. We're talking the budget to that is like WoW, Call of Duty, fucking whatever else they put out, their live service models that they continuously have to keep up to date on some of these games. Fallout 76, which is also a live service game too. It's like how much of that is actually how much of Game Pass is paying for those things?
I think it's
I'm
helping them.
sure.
I think it's helping them justify not shutting certain things down because they
Yeah.
have
I think it's helping them justify not shutting the company down.
But the thing again, yeah, and again, the thing is they don't put out the numbers, so we don't got that data. They're not.
Yeah.
They've never shown any Game Pass numbers except maybe subscriber counts. I think, but they don't show anything in terms of like finances ever.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that's why Steam.db, and looking at Steam numbers and player counts, like I think that's why it fascinates the players so much to see like how many people are currently playing it or what's the peak, because we don't get that data, and that data is cool to see. But a lot of companies keep that information to themselves because obviously Microsoft doesn't want PlayStation seeing those numbers, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not public. It's not public information. So they're utilizing these numbers for sales projections and to see, and they're utilizing it for what performed well, what people are saying they want, how many people are playing these things, when they're playing them, like what's the crowd of people that they want to gear the next thing towards. So like it would be great for us to see. Like it sounds like an amazing thing for us to have that data on, but obviously because we're not in the company, we don't need to see said data. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like we would love to see it because then we'd be like, all right, like obviously I would be like, well, this game is doing badly. It would also be nice to see just how profitable Game Pass is, not only for Microsoft but for the companies that are participating.
Yeah, because I mean the whole thing that people were saying for the longest time was that Game Pass wasn't sustainable. That the Game Pass model is not sustainable.
Does the company get paid off of the installs, or does the company get paid a specific number?
I think game companies get paid a specific number to have their game on Game Pass.
Is it monthly? Is it per time period, or is it what I'm saying? Like there are a bunch of different things that I could ask and want to know.
I think it's is it a specific number?
From an article of September 2024 says Microsoft spends $1 billion annually to get third-party games on Game Pass. There's no breakdown of numbers, but it says apparently they're spending at least $1 billion pitching to studios for third parties, like put your game on Game Pass.
That's not also counting their own budgets for games too. Damn.
This is from 2 years. That's from 2 years ago. Oh no, it was a GameSpot article I just found.
That's a lot.
Some developers get millions of dollars up front to bring their titles on Game Pass.
That is a lot.
Because I gotta imagine Silksong was on Game Pass.
Yeah.
They probably got paid a good amount of money.
That probably helped them finish developing the game, honestly.
Yeah.
Same with Subnautica.
Yeah. Because
they still made
remember, Silksong is the first indie game I've ever seen break every digital storefront on the game release day.
That was wild.
It made PSN crap out, Nintendo eShop crap out, made Xbox crap out, made Steam crap out. Like everything was running slow for one indie. So just based on that, word of mouth alone, I would hope they got a good amount of money to put Silksong on Game Pass. And the thing is, there are people like me. I could have played Silksong on Game Pass, but I bought it just because of how much I love Hollow Knight. I could have not bought it, but I still wanted to buy it to support the devs. I know there's a lot of people like me that did the same thing.
Yeah, I felt the same way with Power World and now
Power World going to 1.0, bro.
Yep. And Forza Horizon 6, I wanted to buy it.
Yeah. See, I knew
I loved Forza Horizon 5, so I was like, I'm buying it.
I put in the money for Forza Horizon 6, to be able to play it early because I knew I wanted the bonuses and stuff.
Yeah, I was not waiting. I was not waiting for Let's Play that.
I was content with playing Forza Horizon 6 on Game Pass, so this way I don't feel bad if I put it down after a week or two. Which again, I of course had to put it down already because of the glitched cars. But I would just say for anybody who is still playing, just be careful with what cars cars you modify, you can actually search for a list of cars that to stay away from right now. Like if you have them in your garage, as long as you don't modify them, you're cool.
Some are saying that it's Xbox that's affected and not
PC.
Steam,
Oh,
allegedly.
I got mine on Xbox Game Pass, so like I don't know.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, I got it on PC, but I got it on Game Pass, and people are
Yeah, I
complaining
forgot
about it
that.
everywhere. So I don't know what the details are. So it's all good. Either way, I think we had a great show today, guys. I want to leave a couple of questions with our audience. So, what do you think Kingdom Hearts needs to be successful for Kingdom Hearts 4? That's one. Number two, can Xbox survive alone, in your opinion? Do they need Microsoft? Could they do it alone? Number three, what can bring Xbox into being a leader in the gaming industry? What do they need to become a leader in the gaming industry? Is it another console? Is it a lower price point? Is it changing the model of Game Pass? Is it offering more games? Is it exclusives? So let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think in Discord. Just tell us about how you feel about it. But in the meantime and in between time, what I'm going to say is it's that time of the day and we're going to get out of here. So thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time. And remember, if there's ever anything that you want to achieve, all you got to do is press the start button. Keep your controllers charged and your hearts full. See you next week.
Deuces.